talk?
Come on.
Hey, man. Say, man. Fashion Fries is back by popular demand. Y'all loved the last episode, had the views going up, so
Come on.
we forever grateful. And we back with the real fashion gods of the town right here, man. Jskip, Kody, how you feeling?
Man, feeling good, feeling great.
Feeling excellent.
It's a nice day in the town. Whole lot of traffic as always, but nice day nonetheless. Labor Day weekend, so that fall season is approaching. Into the summer, we're just letting it rock.
Yeah, Kody, how you feeling?
Feeling great. Wish it was fall already, but thankful that we still got a little bit of nice weather, while we have it. Love the rain that we got a few days ago for a few hours, but it's Seattle, so it's normal.
Facts.
Tell the viewers a little bit about what you guys are wearing today.
Well, obviously, first game of the season is next week, so you gotta rock that. You gotta rock a little bit of the Hawks, get the Blue Friday started. So got that. Then obviously Hendrix Music Academy. First graduate. Me and Lou, so always repping that. And then got my jacket off to the side just because like I said, it's fall season's approaching. I think a lot of people are, especially in the Northwest, are anxious for that season just because we are built for that weather. Our fashion is more is more just presented. People can wear layers. People can wear just stuff on top of stuff. So everybody loves that type of environment to where they can show off really how much they have a bag. How much is in their closet.
Come on.
Show me your fits. You got to switch it up every day too. So
and talk about how it just takes time over time. You got to take care of your clothes and
Man.
over time find little pieces that you can add on and
For sure.
Start to shuffle up. Just have a closet of endless drip, and people be like, "Dang, I never seen you wear that outfit." I wore these pieces before, but
Exactly.
you can drip them a different way or put these together. And if you got enough confidence, you can really wear whatever. And the town growing up,
Facts.
putting on snow pants with Timbs, man. If you really had it like that, you could really drip that, man, with the
Facts.
snow overalls. So just different ways to drip. So yeah, I
Facts.
want to ask you guys a little bit about what goes into good style for you. What makes a clothing a good piece for you? What is it? Is it the time it came out? Is it who made it? Is it just if it connects to that person? What do you guys think makes a good nice style piece of clothing for any person?
A variety of things, like you mentioned, just quick, the time period when it was made, what it is specifically,
For
Most
sure.
of all, I like exclusive pieces, honestly. So even though something might be exclusive, I could still see someone in it. That's not saying too much. Meaning, me and bro have thrifted 2 different shirts 2 different times.
Facts.
He's kept his in crisp condition. I wanted to bleach mine because there was a tiny hole in it.
Fact.
So there's different things, a whole bunch of fashion wise. So just
Fact.
depending on how you're feeling, it really comes down to that. I feel like.
Fact. Same. I mean, it all kind of just it all completes itself. Who did it, what period it was done. Usually when it comes to what period it was done, just because it's such older and it stood the test of time and in what condition it is, that lets you know that it's good material, and if it's a good design, then that's your own drip. That's literally you just bringing up a no name lets you know that you have that much drip to where people are complimenting on it as if it's something that's relative to today. And you see it in Paris, fashion shows and stuff. People thrift things all the time. These designers, they build off of ideas that are already been brought to the table just because pretty much everything's been done. So that's why me and Lou always had that stature of being true to ourselves and true to not only our budget but true to our style. Our style was within our budget. We really didn't like that bougie stuff because it just didn't. We could throw it on and it just wouldn't look right on us in the mirror, type deal. So with me and Lou, we basically saw fashion as us being in a constant line. So with us rocking that's why we were able. You can still see today. Obviously, I'm wearing a T-shirt that I've had since freshman year of high school. So like, certain things you can keep over time, and fashion will always be in and out of the timeline. But being in a constant line, having that certain style to yourself to where you're standing on what you dress like, people are always gonna come back to your style no matter what. Like, maybe this year you're not in, the next year everybody's gonna be dressing like you. Maybe not the next year, then the next year. But like, that's how it's hit all the way through like middle school to even now, is with us thrifting and us having that style, us having that streetwear style too. Like, people started being more like into local brands and stuff, but we were already on that early. So it's like, with us being in a constant line, we knew that we were before the times and after the times, because the time we were just in a constant line. We were just part of that timeline to where our fashion sense, people were gonna always loop back to us.
Do you feel like back then, like, also with the throwback clothing too, like clothes are kind of like shaped a different way too? I feel like the American people were more healthy, It's like, even just the way they fit, I feel like they lost a lot of the way with that. So like, some of the things that if you want a certain item to fit a certain way, you kind of got to go to the old school stuff. So talk a little bit about that, and just kind of like how that retro vibe just kind of fits with Seattle, and like how like we're known for that throwback stuff on a constant like rotation. So
Facts.
But yeah.
You want to talk more about that?
That's it.
Well, it's like, basically people go with the more heavy styles because the factor of the quality in the product. Like, we lost a lot of sense, like from those like times of the 70s, 80s, even 90s. They dealt with heavy cotton material that was everlasting. You could wash it over and over again. You could wear it for forever. And then when it got to the early 2000s, it was a lot more fast fashion. People were just pumping out stuff. So it was just more of just having stuff, like, just having variety rather than just certain quality in things. So, like, that's why over time you see that, starter jackets and starter, shirts, like bro was saying. Me and bro got, starter Mariners gear, T-shirts to jackets and, all types of, teams and stuff like that. So for us to have that early, it built value over time because of the quality of the material. But like, a lot of people are now seeing that in the fashion sense, if they want to have local stuff get off the ground, that they're going to have something that lasts. Because we've even seen local stuff in the thrift store where it's already falling apart or something like that. Or
you don't want to cut in quality, because
exactly,
if you want to be a timeless brand, your clothes got to be timeless. Like,
Facts.
There's certain brands that they might not have even been popping back in the day, like when they
Facts.
released, but
Facts.
they sat in the thrift stores,
Facts.
gathered up over time.
Facts.
And, trends change, and now
Facts.
they're the hottest thing out. Oh, I gotta find this. Oh, it's only $10, but they're running out. We gotta hit the
Facts. But I think the main factor is, over time, you want it to even look even better when it's worn. When it's worn down, when it's like fading out, it just has that more of a raw look. And if you have certain type of designs and certain type of things that really catch people's eye, is really like cultural, or is something that's just unique. Like how the Nike logo, like you can have a Nike tee that's faded and stuff like that. People are like, oh, that's wavy, still. Yeah. So it's like, over time, you have a brand logo that people would just still resonate with. Even when it's faded, they wouldn't discredit it. They'd actually maybe even add more value to it.
And if you guys are always like noticing like the fashion that's dropping lately, I'm gonna say a little more than half the brands right now dropping, whether it's streetwear, whether it's high-end fashion, they're going back to what we're talking about right now. They're going back to washing their brand new product with toys, not sometimes toys meaning dog toys and stuff, but like other products, literally rocks and stuff, to make that cycle look very, very old.
Exactly.
To make it look like you just found it at Goodwill or Value Village, or literally.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like, don't let these brands upcharge you to make you feel like you can't do the same thing, if not a little better, honestly.
For sure. Yeah, if I'm gonna sell you something brand new, it's gonna be brand new, But that's the reason why we have it's a thrift boutique, is because we actually grew up on thrifting, and it's just natural to us to where You know, it's easy for us to already, you know, find, you know, stuff that is, you know, unique items and stuff like that. So for us to add that and, you know, learn how to repurpose things on our own, like, we already have that advantage. We don't need to throw our logo on it or anything like that. Like, as far as, you know, being by an item by itself, we can bleach it, we can tie-dye it, you know, we can even distress it more ourselves, you know, if it was already, like, distressed and, you know, we just had another look for it.
Exactly.
Or we can, like, cut it out and we can patch it on another, like, you know, item and stuff like that. But, yeah, I'd never sell you something that's, you know,
that
brand
we
new
ran
and
over
tell you is...
a truck and then put it in a bag to give to them just to distress it. No, we're not about to get a new T-shirt, fuck it up on purpose. Like, we can. No, but that's what's a 101 called. Yeah, I want
our customers to be the ones that wear it and put that wear onto it. That's what I'm saying. I want our products to be the ones that when they last over time and they get worn, people are like, damn. Not only, like, is it more filthy because you're a day one, like, you know, you've been rocking it this long, but it's even more filthy because it looks even more like the quality shows, like, within the product, within the design and everything, that you still want to rock it even when it's worn. It still fits that swag. You know, you're still coming out with fits with it. So
yeah,
you know,
that's talk a little bit about like what goes in your guys' head when you guys are like designing a piece, and like what do you want that piece to like say, like with like the style, like what's on the graphic, and just making some stuff that you know, like I know for sure is drip. Like, how do you know a piece is for sure drip?
Well, it's just being so cultural as far as
exactly
like I said, like me and Lou, and then obviously when we met Ant, we connected the dots there, but like we were always in a constant line. So with us already, you know, in middle school being fans of the cool kids and stuff like that, you know, rocking retro gear and stuff like that, we always like aspired to, like, you know, had just that connection to our childhood and, you know, just a respect for the things of the past. So looking at things in the retrospect, you know, we just had early value to it. So like bringing that onto, you know, into modern day, it was just like a matter of time to where, you know, people were going to catch on type thing. But it's for the fact that, you know, we've always had that mentality of, you know, the throwback hats, the snapback hats, the, you know, the just any type, like the acid wash jeans, or just like, you know, just things that, you know, the starter jackets, like I said, like literally like the things that define cultural presence, and of course sports teams. You know, with us always being involved in sports, it gave us the go ahead, especially like when it comes to logos, because we know the players behind those logos, we know the teams behind those logos, like, you know, we know all about sports. So like when you see other designers like mess with logos and stuff like that, we can add more to it because we know the actual sports aspect. Like, rather than someone just taking the logo and then making a heart around it and stuff like that. Like, just doing something basic, we'd be able to just, you know, mess with it even more and make it connected to the city, connected to the team. Like, you know, just make it more personal because we just know those details. You know, being true fans of things. Culturally, like, you see, he got on the Jeff Hardy and, you know, he did the Rey Mysterio, Ray and Eddie, you know, collab tee, and, you know, that's going to be on the New Wave site pretty soon. But it's just that aspect of having that knowledge, that background of the culture that we're using. So it's actually giving more respect to the people like that, you know, we're honoring. Basically everything that we do is like, you know, is a memorial, you know, not only for our friends, but anything that we use inspiration wise, you know, it's an ode to that. So that's what I look as far as us being just culturally connected, that we just have that edge over everybody. You know, we're just all respect, all love, and, you know, we actually have a passion for it, a passion for learning about stuff. Like, I think when it comes to a lot of designers, they just want to be on trend. They never want to fall off, you know, the wagon, have it seem like you're falling off or anything. So they'll just do stuff that is like relevant. They'll do, you know, like, someone passes, they'll do a memorial for them, or, you know, it's about being, you know, on, you know, staying up to date type thing, you know, but there's not a real passion for it, and you can see it, like, you know, in their products over time. doesn't really have that meaning. Like, people could have went harder on certain things. And that's where it comes from, a designer aspect. Just like, you know, being in an artist aspect, when I hear music and it's like, you know, they snap, but they could have said this. You know, they could have went a little bit harder. They could have, you know, expanded on talking about this. So it's like, as a designer's perspective, we can look at a piece and just know what's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kody, talk a little bit about like your Easy Pick and how you got that name for the brand and what's next for it.
So like being a creative, it started forever ago. Honestly, like I've always been a hands-on worker, so it started in middle school. I'm gonna be real with you, getting made fun of on some crazy shit because I used to layer. So wearing a hoodie under my t-shirts just because I wanted to give, you know, a layered look. People would think I had like fat type shit, but I was just rocking shit, you know. I put that shit on.
Yeah.
Meaning, you know, like I did what I wanted to all the time, to the point where I was selling skateboards to people, like custom-made skateboards. I'm tying this back into, like, literally, if I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna want that myself. It's gonna be hard for me to put that out for somebody else because I want it. That's how I like make whatever I'm making, for real. So coming up with Easy Pick years ago, I was working at a stadium with the guys, and my guy Rashawn and Deshaun, we had to get split up because the people thought we was having too much fun just working there, you know.
Yeah.
And so I mentioned to one of the old heads, I was like, yo, I want to get A-Rod and Griffey, their rookie season, high-fiving on a t-shirt. They said, nah, that's not a good idea. You're going to get in trouble. So that fueled me to actually like go to a t-shirt shop and talk to the graphic designer at the front desk and make a quick connection. And that turned into my second logo getting made, which was all MLB letters, all backwards, and that says dope, you know? So EPOD is dope backwards. So I had a real like organic, like, I'd say like, fuck, I'm sorry. I had like influence from the Dope magazine type stuff, and like just being sports heavily, like John said, bro, like Skip said, like we did nothing but play sports when we could, just to kill time. You know?
And in sports, I always thought too, like when I was younger playing sports, like if you looked good, you played good. So, you know, just within that, like you would find different ways to stand out on a team of people, you know.
Exactly.
Like whether it's a shooting sleeve or whether it's a visor in football. Like
it genuinely started there on the field.
Yeah.
Facts.
Busting
and
our ass.
Yeah, that was another thing. Like football season, you know, like you said, like people wearing visors and stuff. Like I could never afford it. I could never get my dad to buy one, and then I also couldn't afford it. But like growing up, what I'd do is I'd layer my socks, you know, and I'll play for, you know, Renton Rangers. So I wore like our team socks, which is like the burgundy, or no, I wore the spandex, you know, which is all black. Then I wore a team socks, which is burgundy, and then I wore white socks. So it was like a white, you know, burgundy, and then black, like layer. And people were just like, you know, it was just that early thing to where it's like making yourself look good on the field so you can play better, like type thing. I just always took that aspect as far as like in life too. Like you look good, good things are gonna happen. You're gonna do good things.
Just always be your best self, you know.
So
look good in public. That's, you know, it's a little common sense, you know. We raised right, so
for sure.
You gotta look good for sure. But we take it up a notch in Seattle, man. We get the drip right, man.
You know, we doing it. We doing it.
Yeah, but so what are the other new wave designs in store? You know, we got the other shirts, the cream ones. I like those ones a lot, but
man,
what's next, man?
Well, just a little update. I threw a new little color in there. People were asking, why is there only gray skies? Why is it only white? Why is there only cream? So you can get the baby blue in there now. The sky blue is available now.
Hey, the link is already below
hard.
right now, y'all. Y'all watch it right now.
The sky blue's going hard.
It's in the bio right now. Shopify Class 9. Come on, New Wave. Come on. Tap in. Click that link. Get them shirts. Real drip.
Yeah.
The Easy Pick. We'll get that link in there too. Let me know.
Yeah.
Get that on there for sure.
Got you. We're gonna
It'll
have
be the same website.
A special pull up for in person.
Exactly.
Uses only.
Come
What
on.
do you guys
Coming
think
out
are
real
the
soon.
staples of Seattle fashion? Let's get into that. And so, just like to start off, for example, people talk about the Northwest and say, socks with sandals. We all remember that phase growing up. Nike socks, elite socks with the Nike sandals. It's a vibe.
Man,
People
they still do
used
it.
to bust missions, and we still do it. That's one staple, So what are some other staples of Seattle fashion you guys think?
Obviously, North Face jackets. That's a high staple. But when it comes to shoes, Air Maxes, Griffeys, and
Flannels.
flannels. Obviously, yeah.
What makes a flannel, a town staple?
Like I said, it's fall season. People can layer up. They can rock, open flannel, graphic tee, and what we're doing at New Wave, we're making the custom flannels to where they're stitched and they're custom made. So
half
we have
jersey, half flannel.
Exactly. We're doing the jerseys mixed with the
jerseys. Come on, I like that. The jerseys.
So yeah, we're getting real creative with those, and obviously we're bleaching flannels too. So it's like we've already had our experience with bleaching and tie dyeing and repurposing things in that manner, but for us going overboard to another edge, basically making the flannel a jacket, for the fact that we're combining graphic tees and jerseys with them, just making the most out of our products and our imagination too. So yeah, expect those, and man, expect a lot of Easy Pick. His birthday's coming up, so the only way to show love is to get a tee. And,
Come on.
And possibly order your tee now so you be ready for his birthday. So,
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a podcast after the event, late night. That's gonna have to be a late night one. Just
for
make
real.
it shut.
For real.
Shut.
I'm gonna definitely have to have that powder blue one. So get those, man.
Come on,
the
Kody.
powder
What are
blues.
some other staples of Seattle fashion? Get into that. Like,
There's
gotta be some more. Like, that's a town guy right there. He's a real city guy. Like,
I definitely have to say, probably, honestly, like, rocking what makes you feel comfortable. And what makes me feel comfortable is not going to make the next person, So I've never been a sandal guy. You will never see me in a pair of Easy Slides ever. So it's like, I might give somebody props, but I might not be able to see myself in it, So for me, growing up, everything's evolved. And slowly but surely, meaning I like snapbacks, I was a snapback freak, collected them forever. So definitely snapbacks, like vintage snapbacks are a staple of Seattle because I've never seen snapbacks more crisp and in better condition than the Great Northwest, unfortunately. Our prices are sick, as bad as Cali prices when it comes to our hats and stuff, but
for sure.
I mean, it's fashion.
That'll definitely be one for sure. Snapbacks for sure. Some of the crisp, some of the most crisp throwback ones for sure.
Yeah, and I don't even wear them like that no more. So which is really sad. I'm a hat guy, So
What else we got? There's different types of coats. What do you think is the number one? You could say North Face. There's Helly Hansen, Patagonia. There's
Columbia,
Montclair, Columbia.
Columbia is actually from Portland, so I mean they're pretty close. And obviously REI is from here, so the whole Vortex, jackets, like all of those that are meant for mountain climbing, pretty much. You can associate them with the Northwest just because they're windbreakers and they usually have layers to them too. So also with the Kody has his
the Sherpa.
His Sherpa, yeah, for sure. Sherpas are tough up here. Sherpas is probably the most waviest, like I'd say, zip up. No hoodie, zip up that you could rock in the Northwest. To where it's stylish, and now they've been doing these pattern ones to where the camo, and man, they didn't have my size, but Nike has this, or Columbia has this wolf one where it's like a whole bunch of wolves everywhere, and it's just wavy. But that's our vibe. It's like obviously me being half native is it's our people's like designs and stuff like that. You get them a lot from Pendleton, and that's that vibe. Obviously Pendleton has that quality, in flannels and even jackets and stuff like that, to where it's high quality and just elite designs to where it's a fit every time you rock it.
Come on. Every time, man. That Sherpa's dope, Kody, with the camo and
That's
stuff.
what I'm saying.
That's
Yeah,
so
Sherpas
fire.
go crazy.
Not only that, but you don't see Sherpa. That's that special touch you see right there, because you don't really see Sherpas that have the different colors on them. You know.
Yeah.
Like I like that touch, Kody. Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
you also see leather jackets too.
Yeah,
you
y'all
know,
been
a lot
showing
of people
me.
got leather jackets.
Y'all been showing me some of the best like drip growing up, man. Some things
come on.
for sure. So we had to get it here because this is
we
real time
won't
history.
tell him. We won't tell him the treasure chest where we caught the leather jackets at, but just know we got a couple places.
We got them.
Family knows.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's how it should be, man. Family over everything, man. That's how we do it, man.
For sure.
Oh yeah. We had a viewer coming in. Shout out to J42, my guy. Happy
Tech
birthday.
Fit
Hey,
with the puffy.
Cody's birthday was yesterday. Shout out to my guy. But no, yeah, Tech Fit with the puffy. Yeah, definitely a big North Face
That's
puffer.
a Jorge fit.
That's yeah. I made that a fit because look, that
Then you got to throw in the vest too.
Okay, but look,
then you got to throw in the vest.
Facts, but
that's definitely a Northwest thing. The puffy vest.
That ties into my next point though. So I want to talk about how like in Seattle, a place where we had the gigging, the dancing, how the gigging ties into the fits. And for me, like I'll just talk a little bit about this, how. For me, going to a party, I had to be able to look fly as I could look and have tight clothes on that I could gig, break, and not lose any of my stuff. So times you could really layer up a nice tech fit with a good puffer. Yeah. You could have all your stuff on. You could be breaking, take the jacket off, do some wall stuff, do a flip. For me, I rock some foam posits growing up. I rock some Tarachis. They will not get off your feet. Yeah. But for me, Kody talked about how he wouldn't wear no Yeezy slides. I personally, growing up, people don't know, but I really don't like forces. Like, besides now I have, like, one nice pair, like the foam posit Air Force foams because they don't crease. They don't crease ever. But for me personally, I never grew up wearing forces. Like, you won't find no pics of me wearing all black forces or all white forces. Like, you cannot find that just for me personally. That's just, some things you can still have the best drip without certain pieces that,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
everyone are known for. But I definitely... The sweatsuit gets into the being able to dance at parties. So talk about what you guys would wear to a party if you was gonna be dance. Like I know maybe not now these days, but like back in the day in your prime, like go through your best fit. Like if you're going to an active party, 300 people, it's gonna be town gigging.
It was tough back in the day just because tensions were just so high. So like we were cautious going to parties and knowing how we dance. Like you said, you want to wear like clothing to where your stuff stays on you, but what we were on back in the day, like we were packing out events, we were dancing, so like we wore cargo shorts and we wore like camo cargos. That was like my favorite, camo cargos, and just any type of cargos and cargo pants even, but stuff that you could either button up the pockets or zip up the pockets, so it was like your stuff is secure. And you can dance, and you won't be getting too hot. You got shorts on, so you're not cooking. So like that, and then North Face. The reason why obviously North Face jackets are just so unique is just because they have that ability to be warm outside and just be you can unzip it, and then what we do we just velcroed the top so it'd be like a cape. And it'd be just like flowing on you, and our hands would be free. So it'd be like a cloak, basically, that we were rocking. But we get outside, then we're warm. So it was like basically just being prepared for the outside and inside. The inside at insane temperatures, and then the outside at insane temperatures, maybe cold. So. It's just being prepared on both spectrums and trying to have the best time.
So I know that, but say like what are some pieces you can say like what are good pair of Levi's, a nice windbreaker, like what are some pieces like run me through a fit.
That's what I'm saying. The camo cargos, and you never want to wear some shoes that you're not comfortable being stepped on.
That's what I was about to get into.
So like you kind of gotta wear.
They can't bounce back. You want to wear some Nikes that are good quality. They can bounce back. You can wipe them off. Look brand new.
That's what I'm saying. Me and Lou were good for like finding the beaters that were like still good looking, but we didn't mind, just because they were beaters. We just clean them up hella good, so people would when we pull up, obviously people were like, damn, he got on a fit. Like, damn, ain't nobody really got on a fit because everybody's expecting to get their shoes stepped on, be sweaty, have makeup on their shirt, or just overall just not really care about their clothes for the night. They're just having something that's presentable. But we would go over the top and really be fitted up. So, like, people already knew, like, especially from us going to parties, like our bro, like, that used to go to parties with us, DeAndre, like, bro would always come up to us, man, the Drip Kings, like, wow, what's up with the gods? Like,
I'm
bro,
trying to get like you.
like, because he'd be the only person, like, we'd be, like, you know, in his, like, realm of parties, because bro, like, went to Renton, so, like, going to,
that was my classmate in elementary. Was crazy.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
crazy,
So, like, you know, with bro, like, with us going to, like, Renton parties and he going to Renton, like, of course he's, like, known as the fit person, you know, like, the person with all the fits, like, you know, at Renton. But when we show up, it's like, damn, I thought you guys were going to let me live today. Like, so it was just, like, crazy how, like, from the get-go, people were already recognizing our drip that already had their juice, like, at other schools. Like, regardless of us, like, being, like, you know, super, like, you know, just on the map, just being, like, we weren't blatant with our stuff to where we were just pretty humble about just what we wore and just how we rock stuff and
Always.
stuff like that. And, you know, just always being open to talk about stuff and our ideas and stuff like that. So, like, that relationship with bro was just early conversations about just getting, like, fashion things started, because he would be like, bro, next time you guys go thrifting, like, you know, try to look out for something for me. Or, you know, it just, you know, built up that reputation to where people were asking us and just, like, recognizing our drip for what it is. Like, damn, these guys are ahead of the times. They're getting rare stuff that you can't find in the store. Like, literally, you can't find. But it looks brand new.
Going to all those events.
Really one-on-one pieces. And it comes from being out there, you know, in the streets at a young age, like, growing up, being in the town, like, going to events, like, being on the metro, meeting people. Bro, I don't want this no more. Bro, what? I want that piece. I can rock that.
Come on.
You might keep it for years after that. It might be a nice piece, like, especially, like, for example, you know, the underground scene in Seattle, like Toe Jam, like, some of the people that make stuff there that make really cool clothing pieces that are one-of-ones, and I get stuff, and people are like, where'd you get this from?
Absolutely.
And I tell them, like, yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, my hometown, I got it at a party, like an underground party, I got this drip, like, what? Can I get some? I'm like, bro, they probably not gonna make this ever again. You had to be there, like, type thing. So that's like that's the beauty in the art and fashion, because if you're able to find those things that, like, are forsaken to you, you know, like they call it your grails.
Yeah.
It just makes it beautiful. Like, you know, I got a closet full of them, man. And people be like, man, you still got that? Like, man, I take care of my clothes, man, and I'm blessed. And it can be old, new, man. Love it, man. So, yeah.
Man, for real. And that's why I'm kind of sick that I didn't keep more clothes from the store. Like, there were some pieces that I sold that I was like, damn, I low-key fit that.
Kody, what would you wear to a function?
Shit.
Back in the day, like in the prime of the dripping days, like Seattle party days.
I used to be dumb. I used to, like, definitely rock the throwback stuff, but I was a sneakerhead still back then, but, like, not a hype sneakerhead. So, like, I was jugging sneakers back then just to jug them and to, like, get hats and shit. So, like, I'd go to the function with these guys, and, like, I'd be in, like, actually, like, decent shoes, like bro was saying. But, like, I'd be the one to, like, not be doing shit and still get stepped on, you know? So, like, I'd actually be rocking some, like, random J's, you know? Some numbered ones, you know? Some cargos, like bro was saying. More than most likely. Probably not the shorts. I was more like a pants guy. But, like, if it was really hot, yeah, we was pulling off the army cargos every time, you know, type shit. And high socks, of course. Maybe a DGK shirt. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, not like the graphic ones, you know, because everyone still wears those. But, like, the I Heart everything else, you know. Like, I was on that type of time, because I wasn't, like I said, I was pulling up with bros just to have a good time for us. So that made me realize comfort is key, you know. So, like, that's why I brought that shit up earlier for us. So, like, now it's like I'm dressing how I want. You know, like,
you're dressing how you can feel good, but you're still killing them. Like, what are you wearing?
Like
just
growing
chill
up,
fit, bro.
That shit made me switch into Asics, Brooks. Literally, I got bored of trying to be so cool at these places. You know, meaning like it was easy. So, like, I literally started getting way too comfy.
Yeah.
Like, meaning this I said I don't wear slides. You know, so. That's why I switched all the way to comfort, went to running shoes. I'm gonna be chilling, but I'm in running shoes, you know? I don't know why people are spending $1.50 on some wild-ass running shoes that look like Asics I was wearing in 2015, right after high school. What are we really doing here?
And Asics are from the town, too. So
it's
Asics
like
are a town.
Brooks are, too. Like, this
Facts.
shit gets
Brooks
wicked
Ryder.
when you really think about it.
Yeah.
Nah, that's dumb when you think about it. Asics, they
They got some
kick it
crazy
up a
colorways,
notch.
too.
The colorways and like even like the
I got a
midsoles.
pair.
But away from like their running midsoles, like they got to, like the more casual, more leisure type of like streetwear type, and like
Yeah,
they
and
really try to kill
they're
them.
comfy.
That's what's sick.
Yeah.
Balenciaga is copying that shit right now.
Exactly.
So it's
Yeah.
like that's
Exactly.
why I wanted to chime in and bring that shit up, because everything's
Exactly.
coming full circle again.
Yeah, and we also had a comment about that too. Like it's like a subculture where like like the like the designer brands, Balenciaga, Hermes, all these other brands, they're
Deadass.
copying like the more like streetwear of like the natural like just swag of everyday living. But it's like they put some type of like I don't know like some European touch on it, makes it all ugly and bulky. Like it's hard to find a good pair that you like, but like they're not doing it right.
That's
And they're
what
just
I'm
messing
saying.
the game up. But the real drippers know, and like over the time, it doesn't mess up nothing for us because their stuff, those trends die. But the real pieces that are forever, like you know, like that we wear,
Facts.
ain't no stopping the drip, So that's real town stuff.
Facts. It's like some of the shit with the, what is that? Lubes with the spikes
Yep.
on the toe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like some of that shit,
They go crazy.
It could go crazy. Like the all like suede ones,
They
like
go
where they're
crazy.
all one solid color, but where they're two toned or something like that, or they're trying to make it look
Bowling
like a
shoes.
sneaker, or
Bowling shoes.
yeah,
And people. It's
dead
fine.
ass bowling shoes.
It's I feel like most of the time, unfortunately, it's a status symbol, and I think fashion is a lot more than that when you're able to understand what it is.
Facts.
So
Facts.
Status symbols, man. Like Nipsey says, status symbol on my set of keys. Come on. But nah, yeah, man.
we got some crazy easy pick logos coming that was honestly Angel approved. I'm gonna just say that,
Come on.
Lawrence and Lou both approved them.
Come on.
I'm not gonna leak any info about what it's about and what it's about to be, but just know.
And before we close out, though, like, again, like, what are some vivid, like, Seattle trends you remember growing up? Like, for me, like, one that kind of, like, my freshman year in high school, I remember, like, all the upperclassmen having elite socks, and I was like, damn, I gotta get me a crazy color of elite socks, like, for example. So, just before we close it out, like, throw out a couple that you just vividly
I'm gonna give
remember.
you a super throwback. Growing up, it was at Madrona. I'm in elementary, and my brother's in middle school, and these guys are just like, they're the generation that put us onto that crazy swag because of like Dipset and stuff like that. They were inspired by it. So like, these guys started rocking those towel shorts. And those look so wavy to me because they just had they had the towel shorts and they had and this is early 2000s. They had the towel shorts and they had they used to have the see-through transparent Jordans and transparent Forces and shit. And that was just a crazy time. It was just a crazy time because it was that innovative to where it was all about, like you said, elite socks. It was all about what socks you were wearing. Your shoes were transparent. It's all about what, how you looking even deeper into that. How, with your clothes on, even underneath, type shit. Not as far as the Marcus Houston with the whole little plastic suit, but with the transparent Forces and with the color still there and shit like that. It was just looking wavy for the times, and with the towel shorts, it just looked wavy for the times.
I definitely have to mention some airbrush going on.
Facts.
Growing
That
up,
too.
that was my favorite thing.
Yeah,
souvenir
State Fair, Puyallup Fair, you can get it done there.
And we might just have to go in a week or so, just to go, you guys. So
yeah, man, we need to bring that back. The airbrush. What other trends? I can think of the North Face puff. Man, if you was 14 with a North Face puff, you was Hemer. I ain't gonna cap, man. You was sliding at the parties, bro. It was just that one. Because it would be cold, bro. You'd be on the metro, it'd be cold. Everybody should be like, bro, it's cold. We gotta go. I'm chilling, bro. We outside. We was a young age, just outside of some, some coonery. But,
hey, joggers was also a crazy one, too.
Oh, yeah.
Joggers
Facts. We
was
had a
wild
viewer talk
shit.
about it. Yeah, the rubber bands on the 501s. Yeah, giving it that jogger look. Yeah. Or, if for the real drippers, you could pin tie, you could pin cuff. If you know how to do that, you could make joggers out of any jeans. And I was doing that too. But yeah, the chino joggers, man, hitting up the cool, man, all the types of stuff, man. I remember even the 3D glasses, pop out the lenses and kick it out the party at a young age, man. So But yeah, some staples of town drip, man.
Man.
Real retro life, but yeah, close them out. Close them out with the new updates for the clothing brands, man, and we'll be out of here, man. Come on.
Well, stay tuned for the pop-up, you know, and obviously look at the website, peep the Summer Days collection, you know, newly updated, you know. Check that out. Order a tee. Be ready for the pop-up in a couple weeks.
Come on, man. Hey. And as always, man, this is Town Talk Podcast.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend.